invulnerability does not protect him from. In fact, narratively speaking, this is likely why he was made weak to magic to begin with, to help give him more to struggle against as a character. He's kind of OP usually. Number 8, Rogue. Rogue was one of my favorite characters growing up, and I think what I loved about her so much was the tragedy of her story and her powers. But what's even more, I love the way that Rogue overcame that. Still, this would be a terrible weakness to have or have had, so that's why I'm including Rogue on our list. Rogue's powers allow her to adopt the powers of whoever she comes into physical contact with, actually taking their powers for herself, basically draining them. But that's not all Rogue takes with her touch. She can also take your memories and drain your life force. Or, at least, she could do that. Rogue has since overcome this weakness by facing her fears. As it turns out, it was her own subconscious that was basically making it manifest. Number 7, Wonder Woman. One of Wonder Woman's original weaknesses seems to be in line with what she represents as a character: female power and strength. As an Amazon, Wonder Woman was initially also susceptible to losing her strength.
Nunca lo había ni visto.
If she was ever restrained by a man. Well, some might see this as kind of a sexist weakness in the comics. I would actually see it as kind of being the opposite. To me, it's more meant to symbolize a history of oppression against women and its consequences. At least, that's how I see that weakness. However, regardless of any greater meaning behind it, it was also a in the sense that it made it fairly easy to defeat under certain circumstances. And, again, they just found her bracelets. That's kind of it. So I do have to say, I'm glad this is no longer a rule for her in the comics today. Number 6, Crawler. Well, Nightcrawler is a overall and an iconic and amazing character as well. He is an actual teleporter. This has to do with his weird restrictions and weaknesses surrounding teleportation. The big one being that he can only teleport by a max of about, I believe, 2 miles at time. The other main one being the more that he ports, the more exhausted he gets. And Kurt as a teleport can tire fairly quickly if he's forced to make multiple jumps, which if he has to go far, he kind of has to do because each jump he can only go so far. Kurt does teleport through the Brimstone dimension, which I saw some people in the comics bringing up as like a super powerful thing. But this is actually more how his teleportation skills work. It's not necessarily something he's choosing to do, as he has to travel through the Brimstone dimension to get where he's going. So while yes, he can travel interdimensionally, it's only one dimension, and it's not really by choice. It's more by design. However, Kurt is an amazing character because of his limitations. That's what makes him so great. It means that when Kurt has to push it to save the day, and he often, of course, does just that because he really is a hero, he's often putting his life on the line for ideals he believes in, or for all of Earth, or all of life itself, whatever he's defending. And that's why we love Kurt. Number 5, Green Lantern. Hal Jordan is Green Lantern, or one of the Green Lanterns anyways, and as a Green Lantern, he has a pretty iconic and ridiculous weakness. Or at least for a very long time in the comics, he did have that weakness. Hal had a weakness to the color yellow. In fact,